Hi guys, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel, and my name is Laura. My YouTube channel is Secrets of Laura. In case you're watching me for the first time, consider subscribing, like, share, don't forget to comment. And to my returning subscribers, to my new subscribers, thank you so much for always coming to watch my video. I am super humbled. I'm so much privileged to have you watching me, depending with wherever you are watching this video or where you're watching this video from. So guys, I'm super happy, and at the same time, you know, most of us, we are too lazy sometimes to watch news or to follow politics or what is trending or what is happening within our country. But let me tell you, sometimes you have to do, or you have to make a follow-up or getting to understand actually what is eating your country or what is actually trending or what is happening, because some things, they really pain us. For those who don't really understand, we as Kenyans, we have a lot of questions that we really want to know, and at some point we really don't know whom to ask, how to get the questions, or how to get the correct answers to the questions that we have. And yesterday we got a chance. Let me say it is just a chance, because this is one of the most awaited interview that we have been waiting. As Oga Obina being the host, representing us Kenyans by asking those questions, we are super much privileged to have Oga Obina TV show by representing, by asking those questions. Let me tell you, yesterday was one of the most amazing interviews that I've watched, and I'm super happy, because in another way, it helped us to get some questions asking ourselves, and also to the answers to some of the questions that we already had in our mind. Yesterday, Oga Obina had an interview with Mr. Gachagua, that is the former deputy governor of, not the deputy governor, the former deputy president of Kenya, that is. And some of the questions that were asked, let me tell you, they were super deep, and we are happy. I personally am happy, because no question was left unanswered. One of the things that really made us happy, or really made me happy, is because the boldness and the courage that those questions were being asked and the way they were being answered made us to understand actually what we should do, we as citizens. Let me tell you, some things, they happen just to enlighten us, to make us to understand. We cannot just change or make a change by just one time, but we have to do it just severally, by learning our mistakes or by understanding deep down. How are you going to understand these things? By using or by getting one of those people who have been there. Gachagua has been that, and he really understands. He really understands how the governance is, because he has been there, and he really knows when he speaks about something, because we have never been in that shoes, or we have never been, I personally speaking for my sake. So when someone who has been there is out of the position and is giving you the answers to some of the questions that you have been asking yourself, of course you must believe, because I didn't have any chance of not believing to the answers that Gachagua was giving out, because at some point they were really relating with what we are facing right now, what is affecting our country. Talk about abduction, talk about tax increase, those questions that we really were thinking about, those questions that have been making us not to have sleepless nights. They were answered, like they were both answered. I really love the fact that Obina took his time to draft the questions, the most good questions. Sometimes you get to an interview and you are like, was this interview really prepared the way that it should be? Because the questions that are being answered, they're being asked, they are really irrelevant. But let me tell you, it was such an honor, because Obina really went deep down, asking questions, the one that we Kenyans, or we citizens, we are looking for good answers to get to them. And at some point I was like, dear God, can you just make us understand that we need to make a change? By we citizens, everyone, let me say, we need just to make a slight change by just enlightening people. How are you going to enlighten people? Make people understand what we are going through is something that it can be changed. It is not a situation that it is irreversible. And this happens when we get our votes, that is coming 2027. Can we tell our parents? Can we tell those people that needs to vote that? Can we show them these interviews? Can we explain to them? Can we translate to them? Maybe sometimes they don't understand maybe the language spoken there, or English. Sometimes people, they don't understand English. Some, they don't understand Kiswahili. But if you have a chance of explaining to those people that you feel like this person can bring an impact to my country, because maybe he goes there to vote without knowing. But these interviews that they are being held now, people are speaking about their mind, yet we are not yet to election. They are really good because they give us space to understand, to analyze, to think, and not to forget. Because if we forget these things that we have gone through right now, let me tell you, we will not have that chance again of making a change, because it will be a repetitive it will be something that will be repeating, a mistake repeated every time. So whatever is being spoken right now, we need to understand. We need to put in our mind. And we need to analyze. And let us just keep quiet. But not keeping quiet, but doing a step. Get someone, speak to that person. Get the person understand the interview. Let the person understand. And why am I doing this video? Can you just go and watch that interview? Can you just get your time, sit down, watch that interview? It was a 3+ hour interview, but let me tell you, the time was well utilized. That most questions, a lot of questions were asked. A lot of questions were asked until at some point people were like, can we just vote right now? Because if election was to be held right now, let me tell you, there was a big change that could have been done to our country. I am here to make this video to give flowers to Oga Obinna for the good work that he has done. And remember, he didn't go alone. He went with his team. This means that teamwork, the people around Obinna, they are very, very good at what they are doing. Not just being there because they are employed, but I'm sure the questions, the people who are behind preparing the question and whatever, kudos to you. You really did amazing work. And to the guest, that is Mr. Gachagua, we are super happy because you got the courage, the boldness in you in speaking things that we as citizens, I'm so much sure if you go through the comment section, some people were even amazed because some of the things that were spoken there, we could not even have an idea like these things really exist, or these are the way these things they are being happening, and we have no idea. Like, they were spoken in a way that it got us by shock. So we are like, oh, so this is why this is happening. So it's because of this is the way things are like this. Because you cannot get someone to just get the courage to speak everything as the way, maybe answering some of your questions, the questions that you have no one to answer those questions to you. What am I trying to say? Like, that was the best interview. I'm telling you, you should go and watch and get to understand why Gen Zs maybe were killed, why people are being adapted, why the tax is high, why our life economy is super, super bad. We are at that economy situation whereby we cannot even keep quiet. But for the sake of the governance, we have to keep quiet. Because if you try to speak, you have no one to listen to you. But at least we have the answers behind our back. We are like, okay. So what am I trying to tell you? To those people who are watching this video and you have not watched Oga Obinna's latest live stream, the latest interview that he had, I think it is high time you go and watch. Because for me, it was like a lesson. It was like, I was like, oh my God. So these things, they are just being happening. It's not something it is getting us by shock. Something that it's there, and it is not just a mere story. No, it's not a mere story. Because if you can connect the dots, you will really understand. And with this life situation that you are living in right now, you will really understand that these things are there. To anyone who is watching this video, what am I trying to tell you? If you are in that chance, or you have that chance of telling people what they should do by explaining to them maybe to avoid some problems or maybe to avoid some mistakes for future, for the future governors. Please go watch that video. Sit with people that you know, these people, they have votes, they can vote 2027. Make them understand, and let us decide what we should do. You don't have to scream, you don't have to do anything, but you can decide as you, by understanding what is affecting you, and you have to run to get to learn. Can you run to that live stream, understand, learn, and then you'll have the questions by yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I really love you and I appreciate. Until we meet in the next video. Bye bye.